What's up, everyone? It's Cody Roadcat from the Couch GMs podcast. It's been a long off season, but football is right around the corner, and that means fantasy football is back as well. I assume by you clicking on this video, you're looking to get your start in fantasy football. There's so many options out there, you don't know where to begin. That's what we're here for. We're going to break it down for you as simply as possible. Let's get into it. Alrighty, first thing you need to do is find a league. That may be simple, that may be daunting, but that's how we have to start. We have to find a league. The simplest way is to head over to ESPN, Yahoo, NFL.com, or the Sleeper app and create a free account, and then you can just join a league in a few clicks. Pretty simple, but that might not be the best option. What I mean by that is those leagues are often filled with inactive players. What is an inactive player? Well, that's a player that, drafts their team. Heck, sometimes they don't even draft their team, they auto pick, and then they never check their lineup, never check for trade offers. They pretty much are an easy win. This can often take all the fun out of fantasy football. So it may be the simplest, but probably not what I would recommend. Instead, I would recommend finding a group of friends, whether it's your high school buddies, your college friends, or coworkers. They often make great league mates, and forming a new league or asking them, hey, do you have any openings in their league? That way you know the player is going to be consistent, they're going to be active all season long. If you're still struggling to find a new league, head over to the Couch GMs Facebook group. The links are below, full of active fantasy players and just people talking football all season long. It's a great time. The second thing you have to do is figure out the style you're going to play. This goes hand in hand with finding that group you're going to be in because everyone has to be on board. For beginners, the most common is redraft. We're going to have some more videos coming out very soon on redraft and the other styles of fantasy like best ball, dynasty, and keeper. But for this, let's say you're going to start with a redraft league. Now you have your new league mates. You determine which style of fantasy football you're going to play. You just have to figure out which platform. You can head over to ESPN, Yahoo, NFL, or Sleeper, none of which are a sponsor, but I do have experience using them all. The guys and I actually had a fun debate on a podcast not too long ago, which we'll link up here or down in the description, debating our favorite platforms and our favorite aspects of each of them. But for beginners, I always recommend either NFL or Sleeper. The NFL app has some of my favorite UI. It taps you right into the NFL fantasy experts, and personally, I love the history feature on it. If your league's been running for 10 years, it'll give you all the stats and data from those previous 10 years. It's a perfect catalog. Now, Sleeper, it has some of my favorite league communication, especially if you're playing with friends from across the country or people you met in the Couch GMs Facebook group. Makes communication super simple. It's great for beginners because there's a trending page that lets you know who's being added the most, who's being dropped the most, all things that'll help you set your lineups. And it has some cool quirks like giving fantasy players nicknames or adding weird emojis on who you think are going to win. Just makes the fantasy a lot more user-friendly and a lot more fun. Last thing you need is fun and to have an open mind. Fantasy football has its up and downs. Some weeks it's going to be heartbreaking. Other weeks it's going to be amazing. You're going to feel on top of the world. And by next year, you're going to be in so many leagues because it's so much fun. You'll be addicted, just like all of us here at the Couch GMs. And if you can't get enough fantasy football, be sure to check out the Couch GMs podcast. We have new episodes every week. Head over to our website for news, updates, player rankings, all things that'll help you succeed this year in fantasy. Find us on social media at the Couch GMs, and feel free, if you need more explaining than this video, reach out to us. If you have questions, reach out to us. We're excited for you to get started in fantasy. We wish you good luck, and we'll see you in the next one.